Hello students, in the last lecture we have learnt the nomenclature of the compound 4-bromo cyclohex 2-ene 1-one. Now we are continuing the class. In the present class we will come to know that if the compound contains both the aldehydic and ketonic group, then aldehyde group is given principal functional group and ketone group is regarded as a substituent group known as oxo. Let us see the first example. In this first example, we can see that here we are having an aldehydic group which is always terminal, and here we are having a ketonic group. Let's give the numbers. So this is the first carbon. So this is the second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon and fifth carbon atom. But at the same time, we are having a substituent at second position which is called as methyl. So aldehydic group is given the principal functional group, and here the ketonic group is called as oxo. So therefore the name of the compound becomes 2-methyl 4-oxo pentanal. So in the second example, again we are having a terminal aldehydic group, a substituent called as methyl group here, and here we are having what our ketonic group which is called as oxo. And when we start writing the numbers, this is the first carbon, second, third, fourth carbon and fifth carbon. So totally there are 5 carbon atoms, but at third position we are having methoxy group, and at fourth position we are having an oxo group. So therefore the name of the compound becomes 3-methoxy 4-oxo pentanal. In the next example, students, at the terminal group we are having an aldehydic functional group which is regarded as principal functional group. Here we are having our ketonic group which is called as substituent, and we are having one more substituent called as what? Bromine atom. So therefore bromine atom alphabetically it is B, so therefore it should be written first. Now let us write the numbers, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here is our 6th carbon atom. So the name of this organic compound becomes 5-bromo 3-oxo hexanal. Remember students, aldehyde it will be always ending with Al, not Ol. If it is Ol means it becomes alcohol. In the next part, student, there is a note. If an unbranched chain is directly attached to 3 or more same functional group, then the organic compound is named as a derivative of the parent alkane which does not include the carbon atom of the functional group. Here we are having an example, propane 1, 2, 3 tricarbaldehyde. So here we are having functional group called as aldehyde. You can see that C double bond OH. Here we are having one more aldehydic group, and here also we are having one more aldehydic group. The thing that we have to recall here is that the carbon atom of the functional group is not included in the chain. So this is the carbon atom which is present here. So these carbon atom are not included in the nomenclature. So all is that this is the first carbon, second carbon, third carbon. So the name becomes propane 1, 2, 3 tricarbaldehyde. Next we are going to learn isomerism, and we basically know that when 2 or more compounds are having the same molecular formula but have or possess different physical and chemical properties, the two compounds are called as isomers and the phenomena is called isomerism. Now aldehydes and ketones exhibit structural isomerism which is classified into chain isomerism, positional isomerism and functional isomerism. Now let us have the discussion on chain isomerism. two or more compounds having same molecular formula but differ with respect to the number of carbon atoms in the carbon chain, which may be straight or branched, is called chain isomerism, and the two compounds are called as chain isomers. Now the general formula for aldehydes, ketones, and that of very important part which is called as unsaturated alcohols is CnH2nO. In fact, this formula is meant for aldehydes and ketones, but this formula also obeys for unsaturated alcohols, and this is the point you have to keep in your mind. So the condition for aldehydes and ketones to show chain isomerism is that for aldehydes containing with 4 carbon atom or more than 4 carbon atom will be showing a chain isomerism, and that of ketones the compound should be having either 5 carbon atom or more than 5 carbon atom, then only chain isomerism is possible. Now the general formula for aldehydes and ketones, let us have some examples. So the formula we already know that it is CnH2n and O, and if n is equal to 4, then the molecular formula it will become C4H8O. Under this clause, let us have the example for n is equal to 4. If n is equal to 4, I can write it as CH. If n is equal to 4, I can write it as CH3, CH2, CH2, then followed by C double bond O and H. Here we are having the terminal, that is aldehydic functional group, so preference is given as 1. This becomes second carbon, this is the third carbon, and this is the fourth carbon. So the name of this compound becomes butanal, butanal. And similarly there are 4 carbon atoms, so now I can branch one of the carbon atoms, so that becomes CH3, then followed by CH single bond CH3, then followed by C double bond O and H. Now this is the functional group here. Again priority will be number 1, so this will be 2 and this will be 3. But at second carbon atom we are having the methyl group here, so therefore the name of the compound becomes 2-methyl propanol, 2-methyl propanol, PROPANAL. In the second example, if n is equal to 5, then the molecular formula becomes a C5H10O. Under this case, I can write it as CH3, then CH2, again one more CH2, fourth carbon atom CH2, and the fifth carbon atom will be nothing but aldehydic group which is having greater preference rho. So right here number 1, this becomes 2, 3, this is 4, and this is 5. The name of the compound becomes pentanal, PENTANAL. Now I can do branching by writing here CH3, then CH2, then CH, then one of the carbon atom I can flank it here by writing CH3, then followed by C double bond O and H. Now this is the functional group aldehyde that is having number 1. This becomes 2, this becomes 3, and this becomes 4. But at second position we are having one branch, that is CH3. So therefore the name of the compound becomes 2-methyl butanal, 2-methyl butanal. Now the same methyl group I can keep it on carbon 3. So therefore the structure becomes CH3, CH single bond, CH3, CH2, then followed by C double bond O and H. This is the functional group aldehyde, terminal 1, 2, 3, and this is fourth carbon. So we are having a substituent which is present at third position. The name of the compound becomes 3-methyl, then butanal, PUTANAL. And the last one is with respect to double branching. So let us write that structure now. CH3C, then followed by CH3, CH3. Total there are 4 carbon atoms now. Now let us write the aldehydic group which is terminal now. So this is the terminal aldehydic group. Preference is 1, second position here, third position here. But at second position we are having a methyl group, and here also one methyl group. So therefore the name of the compound is 2,2 dimethyl propanol, 2,2 dimethyl propanol, PROPANAL. So now for the ketones we are having the general formula CnH2nO, that is the same functional group, and if n is equal to 5 we are having the formula C5H10O. Now let us write the examples for ketones. See students, a ketone functional group C double bond O, it is a divalent functional group. So you can see the valency here, this is 1 and this is 2. So it can never occur terminal, all it can be present between what are the two extremities. So in the first example here, if you see the formula C5H10O, I am having the first example where I can write here 1, here 2, 3, 4 and 5. So the ketone functional group is present at what are the second carbon. I cannot write the numbering from right hand side. If I write it from right hand side, then this carbon will be having number 4. That is the wrong nomenclature. So therefore we have to write it in such a way such that the ketone functional group should be having lowest possible number. Under this case the name of the compound becomes pentan 2-one. Pentan 2-one. And in the second example I have shifted the ketonic group to third position. So here our ketonic group is here. Now in this case either you come from right hand side or you can come from left hand side. This ketonic group will be having number 3 itself only. So therefore the name of the compound becomes pentan 3-one. But in the case of the next example you can see that I am having a branch over there. Why? Because we are having the total number of carbon atoms here are 5. So therefore we can branch one of the methyl group in such a way such that the numbering is done from right hand side by writing here 1 and here it becomes 2 and here it becomes 3 and here we are having 4. Now at third carbon we are having a methyl group which is called as a substituent, but we cannot write it from left hand side. But if we write it from left hand side then the ketonic group will be having number 3. So that is not the correct nomenclature. So therefore we write it from right hand side. So therefore the name of the compound becomes 3-methyl butan 2-one. Is it fine students? Now if n is equal to 6 then our formula becomes a C6H12O. So totally there are 6 carbon atoms and we are having the ketonic functional group. So let us write the first example CH3 C double bond O CH2, 3 carbons, then this is the 4th carbon, this is our 5th carbon and this is our 6th carbon. So if you write the numbers we have to give the lowest possible number for our functional group. So therefore it becomes in this direction, that is from left to right 6 carbon atoms are present. So therefore the name of the compound is hexane 2-one. And in the second example what I can do is I can shift the position of this water C double bond O to the next carbon atom. Under such condition the structure becomes a CH3 CH2 then C double bond O then CH2 and here one more CH2 and CH3. And if I start writing the numbers, so this we have to start it from left hand side because it will be having number 3, but if I start it from the right hand side then the number becomes what? 4. So therefore we should get the lowest possible number for our ketone. The name of this compound is now called as hexane 3-one. But students, we can notice that if I shift this ketonic group to the next carbon atom, that is what 4th carbon atom, then also it becomes what hexane 3-one. So therefore there is no use of shifting this carbonyl group. Now all we can concentrate is on branching. Now under this case of branching what we can do is we can keep our carbonyl group at one position, that is what at second position, and later on we can go on branching at what the next carbon atom. So I am having a branch at the next carbon atom. So here 1 2 3 4 5 and this is our 6th carbon atom. And whenever I write the nomenclature for this we have to move it from left hand side. So this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4 and 5. But at third carbon atom we are having the substituent called as methyl, and at second position we are having our functional group that is called as ketone. So therefore it is called as a 3-methyl pentan 2-one. Now in the next example of the same, what we can do is CH3 C double bond O. Here we are not having the substituent CH3, but at 4th position we are writing one methyl group. So therefore the structure now becomes, if I start writing the numbers 1 2, this is 3, this is 4 and this is 5. Now at fourth carbon atom we are having a substituent called as methyl, and our functional group is present at what? Second position. So therefore the name of the compound becomes now 4-methyl pentan 2-one. And the next example what we can write is, we can write the double branching on the third carbon atom. So therefore it becomes C, then followed by CH3, and here one more CH3, then followed by CH3. And when we start writing the numbers, ketonic group should be having lowest possible number 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, while writing from right hand side, this will be having number 2, methyl group will be having number 2, but our ketonic functional group will become number 3. So we have to give lowest priority, that is what? The lowest number for our functional group, then followed by what? Substituent. Under this case, now the name of this compound is 3,3 dimethyl butane 2-one. Now we have written all the isomers with the formula, that is what? C6H12O, and I have written the structures also. Now it is very important to identify all the compounds now. Now hexane 2-one. So you can see at second position we are having our functional group, and at the third position we are having the functional group. It means that the total number of carbon atoms are present in what? A straight chain in hexane 2-one, and it is also same with respect to hexane 3-one. But only thing is that we are having the change in the position of the functional group. So these two are positional isomer, that is the position of the functional group is what is changing, right? And in the next example, that is 3-methyl pentan 2-one, and with respect to 4-methyl pentan 2-one, here also the position of the methyl group is present at what? Third, and it is present at what? Fourth one. Again these are what? Positional isomers. Now strictly speaking, chain isomers are, that is what? The first one, that is hexane 2-one, and the next one is 3-methyl pentan 2-one, and the last one, that is 3,3 dimethyl butane 2-one. Because here you can see that here there are 6 carbon atoms, here there are 5 carbon atoms, and here there are 4 carbon atoms. The next one is position isomerism, and that we are speaking with respect to aldehydes. In case of ketones we have seen that aliphatic ketones, but in the case of aliphatic aldehydes they do not show position isomerism, just because the numbering will be starting from the first carbon atom, and that first carbon atom will be the aldehydic carbon atom. So it is a fixed that at one end only it has to be present. So therefore aliphatic aldehydes will not show positional isomerism. But students, in the case of aromatic aldehydes they show positional isomerism. So we are having here 3 examples. In these 3 examples we are having a benzaldehyde, that is common with all the 3 examples, but you can see that the position of the methyl group is not the same. So this is the functional group, that is called as a CHO. It will be always having number 1, and this becomes 2, and here we are having 3, 4, 5 and 6. So the name of this compound is 2-methyl benzaldehyde. 2-methyl benzaldehyde. And in the second case you can see that the position of the methyl group has been changed. So therefore this becomes 1, this is 2, and this is 3. And in the next example we can see that the methyl group is present at 4th position. Either you move in a clockwise direction in this direction, then also this methyl group will be having number 4, or you move it in anti-clockwise direction, then also this methyl group will be having number 4 only. So therefore there is no change with respect to the position in this particular example, which is called as 4-methyl benzaldehyde. This is called as 4-methyl benzaldehyde. And the middle example, which is called as 3-methyl benzaldehyde. In this second example, students, we cannot move in this direction, that is in anti-clockwise direction while numbering. If we move while numbering in anti-clockwise direction, then this carbon atom will be having what? Number 5, which will be what? not the correct nomenclature. So therefore we have to move in such a way such that this methyl group is having what the lowest possible number, and therefore the name of this compound is a 3-methyl benzaldehyde. So next one is a note we are having here, students. So that note is with respect to metamers, right? So positional isomers of ketones are known as what? Metamers, right, students? So we are having a formula C5H10O that is meant for aldehydes as well as ketones. But if we write the examples for ketones with respect to carbon 5, so we are having here the two examples, and if I write the numbers for this, so first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon, and fifth carbon. And for the second example, either you come from this end or from that end, the ketonic functional group will be having number 3 only. So in these compounds, what you can find that the C double bond group is present here. Here we are having only methyl group, and here we are having what? The alkyl group, which is having 3 carbon atoms, right? Here we are having with respect to ketonic group, here we are having only 2 alkyl groups, and here also what we are having, what? 2 alkyl groups. So how to define metamers? 2 or more compounds having the same molecular formula but differ in the number of alkyl groups on either side of the functional group. So this is the functional group. Here we are having methyl and here we are having a propyl. But in this example, here we are having 2 carbon, which is called as ethyl, and here also we are having what? Ethyl. So therefore definition of metamers is 2 or more compounds having the same molecular formula but differ in the number of alkyl groups on either side of the functional group is called as metamers, and therefore the metamers are nothing but positional isomers of what? A ketone, because this compound is called as hexane, sorry, I am not hexane, it is pentan 2-one, and here it is called as pentan 3-one.